Hey guys, Temporal Tactical coming right to you. Today we're doing the Glock 47 review, and I already know what you're saying. Justin, why are you getting a new platform? You're not going to get better at shooting if you keep changing platforms. You know what? For the most part, you'd be right. But when it comes to me, I consider myself a prepper. What does that mean, prepping? That means when shit hits the fan and the government isn't in charge anymore, that's when people like me take charge. And we're not scared about that because we're self-sufficient. So with that being said, the Glock 47 is a prepper's dream. Being compatible with the Glock 19, Glock 17, and the Glock 45, and with most police departments carrying this weapon or one of those Glocks, and civilians as well, the Glock 19 and Glock 17 were the most purchased handguns in my lifetime. Now I know what you're saying. Well, Justin, why didn't you go get one now? Well, with Glock releasing their new V series, I'm in my Unk era. So everything that they make new is straight trash. And before they discontinued these Gen 5 Glock 47s or Glock 45s, I wanted to go out and purchase me one. So went up to my local gun dealer and went in there and I asked if, they had any Glock 45s or Glock 47s. They said, we got one left. I said, okay, let me see it. Went over there. It was a used pistol, by the way, which I wasn't mad about that. I don't care about that. I buy used pistols all the time. But the price tag was 450 beans. And I asked the guy behind the desk, how come it's so cheap? He said, well, because it's used and because of this gay ass Cerakote. I was like, damn, okay, you taking shots at me because I kind of like the Cerakote job. So does that make me gay now? I don't know. We'll see. Now, when I brought this pistol home, at first, it's just what I wanted. I didn't think anything of it. I really love the Echelon that I've been shooting. Like I said, that 2,000 round review is coming out on the Echelon. So I really didn't even think about really switching guns. I just got it just in case, just to have. Well, I kind of started dry firing with it. And every time I drew that gun, the sights lined up instantly. And one of the problems I've been having with my Echelon is even though I've been dry firing 3 times a week, I still am having trouble acquiring that red dot. And so I don't know if y'all know about grip angles. And so the Glock has a distinct grip angle, which you either love or you hate. That's why Glock has fanboys. And so, like I've told you before in other videos, I've only really shot in Springfield guns. So getting into a new platform, this was kind of new to me, especially having a different grip angle. Well, every time I brought that gun up, those sights lined up instantaneously. I was very surprised because I'm still a new shooter. So I was like, well, you know what? Let me try this as a new competition gun. I'm excited. Okay. I'm either going to like it or I'm going to hate it. And it's so funny because the Springfield Echelon is a newer generation gun. It's supposed to have the fire control unit, the better ergonomics, the stippling on the handle, all of that, the plating system is better than the MOS system. So all of these benefits to the newer platform, because that's one thing about Glocks, like, oh, they're stuck in the Stone Age. Yeah, for the most part. And so I ended up getting a Vortex Defender ST enclosed red dot, which is another review that's coming. I love it so far. Now, with that being said, this is only the second red dot I've ever really worked with. My other red dot on the Echelon is the Romeo 1 Pro. This Vortex Defender has a way bigger window box and is also solar and also is enclosed, which is a big thing because it's funny. I shot a competition last night and we were out in the rain. That enclosed red dot came in handy. So once I got that for the Glock, I said, okay, I started dry firing with it, got a competition holster, and very impressed with not only the Vortex Defender, its big eye box, but also just how natural the grip angle of the Glock felt to me. I was like, man, I gotta try this out. So this is my new competition gun. So as you can see, this is a used gun. So it already came stippled. So that's already an upgrade that I didn't even have to pay for. And then also I got these Terran tactical base plates for it. It's going to help with, I think it's a +4, so it's like 22 or 23. It's USPSA legal, and also it's going to help me grab them out of the magazine holder. So all of that, I mean, it's ready to go. So I bet you're wondering how I did in those competitions. Oh, I said plural. I've been in 2 competitions with the new gun. And at first, the first one went okay, still learning the platform. But the second one, probably actually not probably, but it is my best competition to date. Now, is that because of the Glock? Is that because of the Echelon? Is that because of me? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. In this part of the video, I want to kind of show y'all the differences in these grips to kind of show you what I'm talking about when I'm describing the differences and what I like better about the Glock platform. Now, obviously the grip angle is a little bit different, if you can notice that. And then this Glock is wider this way. And when I saw it next to the Springfield Echelon, it didn't look like it, but it feels wider that way. And what was happening, like I can wrap my hand around this gun more than I can wrap it around the Glock. Like it's a smaller grip. And at first I was like, man, that feels good. I can get more of my hand around the gun. It felt better at first. But then the more and more that I shot it, I found myself re-gripping it. Like it's moving in my hand, meaning that even though I have more of my hand around the gun, there's space in between there, allowing it to move. With the Glock 47 or the Glock 17 grip chassis, this grip is a little bit bigger and it actually takes up more of my hand. And I actually can't get as much of my hand around the grip as the Echelon. And at first it felt weird. But then when you apply your other hand, it feels so natural. It feels so natural. It would be, the analogy that I would use for it is if you were lifting a dumbbell, and that dumbbell, in the middle of the dumbbell, it had a pencil as the middle part, or if it had like something thicker. What's going to be better for you? The thin one? Yeah, you can get your whole hand around it, but it's so thin you can't maneuver it, or the thicker one that you can't get your hand around it as much, but you have more control of it. That's what I'm dealing with. So for me, this Glock 17 / Glock 47 grip is like the bee's knees. It just feels so perfect. The red dot, as soon as I put it up, lines up perfectly, you know. That doesn't mean I don't like the Echelon. I love the Echelon. I think it shoots great. It's just the Glock 17 grip is just better for me. And that's why I wanted to try out this chassis just to see if it, worked for me. But don't worry about that because my wife really likes the Echelon. And I think that's going to be her new competition gun. Cross my fingers. So to kind of review the competitions I've done so far with the Glock 47, everything has been better than expected. My first competition didn't do that well. Still learning the chassis, still learning the platform. My second competition was the best competition I've had so far up until this date. Pretty ecstatic about it. I got some highlights for you all, of course. So just go into a couple of details with that.
Now, starting off with stage 1, I was still getting used to the new platform with the Glock 47, so I wanted to try to take it slow. When it comes up to this first set of targets, I noticed that my shots are hitting exactly where my dot says it should be hitting. So on the next few targets, kind of gained some confidence. And so coming up to these next 2 targets, or next 3 targets, these are about 10 to 15 yards away, which normally I wouldn't have done. I would have gotten closer to those targets because the shooting box is a lot closer. But because of the confidence from the last targets, I decided to take it from that far away. Now, like I said, the Glock 47 just feels more natural to me. So I'm taking these double and follow-up shots more confidently than I normally would. And with the score 21 A zone shots and 7 C zone shots, no misses, no mics, no shoots, that's a win on that stage for me. Now, with the first stage down and I have a little bit of confidence, I'm willing to take more risk in this next stage. So the double up shots and the follow up shots are going to come a lot more often than usual. And as I round out the end of this stage, I'm starting to feel enough confidence to not even think about the shooting. Now it's all about critiquing my footwork, my my stage management, and my magazines. Now, this is stage 4. Stage 4 is the last stage of the night. This is usually my worst stage, but because of the confidence that I had built throughout the night, this ended up being my best stage. It actually started to rain on this stage. Actually, for the past 2 stages, it was raining quite a bit. That's why you only see it in the first person, because I didn't want to put up my 360 camera with all the rain going on. So we just have point of view for this. But there was one master and a couple A classified shooters, and I was studying their footwork very extensively throughout this stage. And so because of the confidence that I built up with my accuracy throughout the other stages, I was able to really focus on my footwork and trying to complete this stage in the fastest way possible.
Okay, guys, with all that being said, I have 500 rounds through the Glock already, and it has performed flawlessly. Straight out the gun store, oiled it a little bit, didn't even clean it, and already have 500 rounds through it. So flawless. I mean, what else would you expect from a Glock? That's one of the reasons why I got it in the first place, because it's a Glock. Looking forward to the future, especially to continue getting better in the shooting aspect, but hopefully working with this platform to make me a better shooter. I'm excited. So next up on the list, hopefully I get to go to a Thunder Tactical Gun Range USPSA event, a classifier event. Hopefully this will be my second classifier event. We need 4 to actually get classified. My last classifier, I classified as a C. So if everything goes the way this last competition, shoot, you could see me in the B class. So just, put some respect on my name. Nah, I'm playing. But all jokes aside, looking forward to the next competition. All right. Like, comment, subscribe for more content. Like I said, I'm falling behind in the content. I got the 2,000 round Springfield Echelon review. And then hopefully before New Year's, I'll get another video out my first year in competition shooting to tell you what I've learned and what do I plan to do going forward. All right, Tinfoil Tactical, we out of here.